art is meaningless unless you come from Reservoir, where there are only policemen. All policemen are muralists. Police used to call at our place in Reservoir looking for me when I was young and in trouble. They wanted to understand surrealism. It was urgent. So they used to come to my home looking for me. One day a great big policeman called with a warrant for my arrest. I'd been charged with vagrancy in High Street, Preston. In other words, no visible means of support. They said in front of my parents, listen, if your son's a painter, if he's a painter for a living in our country, if that's all he can do for a job, then he can come down to the Reservoir Police Station and he can paint the shit house. I thought, what a good idea. I'll do a mural in there. But fascism has never stopped an artist in our country. Meanness has never stopped an artist in our country. You paint, you draw, you make music because it's a calling from God. Of that there can be no doubt. Because God is art. Only God could invent anything as dreamy and as beautiful as art. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you agree with that? So God is a miniaturist, of course. Listen, take this advice on board and you'll always feel good. You stay happy. You stay happy, Snowball, and you've got everyone stuffed. That's the best advice I've ever had in my life. Don't you think that's a brilliant thing to say? Don't you? Because some people are happy to contribute downfall to you. Who's had a share of that? Who's been given downfall for breakfast? But there's no defeat in art. Would you agree with that? Art has got nothing to do with defeat. Art is inconquerable, just like me. We make art so as not to be scared of not making it. Would you agree with that? Does anybody out here paint? You look as if you're all painters. You've got that look. Hands up who's an impressionist? Thousands of you. Who's a surrealist? Are you keen on Vincent van Gogh, the painter? Who goes for Vincent van Gogh, the painter? Can I get a show of hands? Who likes his paintings? His farmer was a beetroot farmer from Corryong. Neil van Gogh. He was a Catholic, he was always kneeling. Yeah. Anyway, Vincent van Gogh one day years ago went into an art store, this little town in Belgium. I'm the only person that can possibly tell you the story, because I dreamt it. Anyway, Van Gogh was enraptured, looking at all these beautiful tubes of oil paint. In the 1880s, they put the oil paint into hog-hide tubes, and he was so hungry that he wanted to eat them, tubes of yellow ochre and titanium white. This girl came over and she said, Mr. Van Gogh, just because your brother runs this store, it gives you no right to come in here squeezing expensive tubes of oil paint. Titanium white, yellow ochre, Van Dyke brown, cobalt blue, ultramarine, etc. Just saying those words were making him salivate. He reached across and ate the tube in front of her. I don't know if that's art, but I think that's spirited to do that. So thanks very much. Oh yes, I've got one more story. Who goes for Jackson Pollock? You look just like him in this light.